We are recording, so if you do not want to be recorded, please keep your cameras off, and you're welcome to talk through the chat. Let's get started with the land acknowledgement. We honor and acknowledge that we are on the traditional territories and ancestral homelands of the Cheyenne, Arapaho, and Ute nations. This area, specifically the confluence of the Platte and Cherry Creek rivers, was the epicenter for trade, information sharing, planning for the future, community, family, and ally building, as well as conducting healing ceremonies for over 45 indigenous nations, including the Lakota, the Comanche, the Apache, the Shoshone, and the Zuni, and Hopi, amongst many, many others. We must recognize indigenous people as the original stewards of this land, and as these words of acknowledgement are spoken and heard, remember the ties that these nations still have to their traditional homelands. Let us acknowledge the painful history of genocide and forced removal from these territories, and pay our respects to the diverse indigenous peoples still connected to the land. Let us also give thanks to all the tribal nations and ancestors of this place. Thank you so much. I didn't even introduce myself. My name is Natalia Walton. I am the Graduate Assistant Coordinator, Event Coordinator for the Center for Identity and Inclusion. I also have a dual role as the Event and Community Coordinator for the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at CU Denver. This event is sponsored by the Phoenix Center, MSU Denver, which is Metropolitan State University Denver, CMEI, as well as CCD, which is the Community College of Denver. That's a lot of acronyms. I am so sorry, folks. We do have a lot of collaborators and contributors to this event. I want to thank all of them for that. I had the privilege, and I'm saying privilege because that's exactly what it is to me, of being told about this artist, this performer, this multi-talented, spectacular individual. And then I actually got to meet him, and I was honored and asked him, please do this for me. Fortunately,
I didn't understand that.
Shut up, I'm so sorry. Fortunately, he agreed, and when I say multi-talented, he is very multi-talented. I'm gonna allow him to tell you about his journey and his narrative. But right before we do that, I wanna make sure that everyone read the community guidelines, which are that we will lean into these conversations. No, sorry. We will believe everything. We will believe that everyone is doing their best. We will critique ideas and not people. We will accept that there may not be closure. We will understand that people and people's art and their talent is always evolving. We agree that what is shared here will stay here, and what is learned here leaves here. And there will be no heckling or booing. I hope everyone agrees to those. And without further ado, DJ Cavum, take it away.
Well, thank you for your time and your energy, everyone. I know it's been a very heartfelt day, should I say, with just receiving the verdict on the George Floyd case. A lot of brothers and sisters is definitely still, waiting on their justice. And I feel like with times like now, it's good time for art, being the first responder. who steps up to the front line a lot of times to see graffiti artists doing murals, but this is a good time for poetry. And I want to invite everybody to take those emotions, take this time out, write a rhyme, write a poem, draw a picture, make a sketch, build a garden, build a bear, do whatever you got to do to go ahead and get that energy out artistically. Feeling that, I got this piece on my mind that I'm thinking about spitting, and it's called Cool to Live. I'm just gonna spit it for you, shout out to all the poets, in the place to be. But it goes like this. Question, maybe you can help me find direction. I'm a DJ in your town, looking for direction. Matter of fact, the produce section. Can I get more? On the way to school, walking by the prison door, plus 2 liquor stores in a dog park. Talk about the eyeballs when the popos park. Have you ever seen a collard green when they grow up? Sure enough. They why they murder King though, because they scared of a brother who knows how to grow. Plus you got the hip hop dress, no process, only eat that vegan food I digest deeper than the subway. See me in the underground, living in the earth ship, living off my urban sound. Gotta keep it fresh and get some land and maintain. Everywhere I grow, see things ain't the same. Everywhere I go, see things ain't the same. Tell the truth, you. So you got to be the change and tell the truth to the youth, because ain't never going to be the same. You gotta tell them you got to be the change and tell the truth to the youth, because ain't never going to be the same. It said, keep your head high in the struggle to fall out. Keep your health tight, be ready to ball out. Speak truth, the power you got to move now. You got to maintain the same now. Tap used to love the drink, it ain't the same now. Natural gas in your water make your faucet flame out. You want that change now? You want that change now? Hotter than the sun's core, drilling for the oil, fracking at the earth's core. Good thing we all stood up to that Keystone mess. Grow a garden with stress, with echinacea, and Russian sage for open longer on that raw food diet. Have you checked the price of cancer? Maybe you should try it. I'm from the old school. That's what them elders say. Mentally free, still eating like slavery. Digitally, trying to see that 2020 sun and beyond. I tell the truth to the youth. Crazy, y'all. Shout out to George Floyd. Shout out to his family. You know what I mean? Still want that justice for Breonna Taylor. So my name is Dr. Etaf Vida. I have a PhD in urban ecology. I'm a farmer, organic gardener, vegan chef, producer, MC. Grew up gang banging, deliver my children unassisted. I'm a midwife as well. My main goal right now is transforming people to growing food. I got a record label that drops albums and packets of seeds, released the first certified USDA organic hip hop album called Biomimics, dedicated to biomimicry. So using that whole focus of like intersectionality between, food justice, sustainability, social justice, and really bringing that lens to like urban culture is really looking like creating green jobs on crack corners, that look like selling collard greens and kale. And then really transforming the intergenerational dialogue of that about how to incorporate, sequestration projects like urban farming and waste diversion, because a lot of us in the hood don't know how to recycle, let alone compost. So these are the things that I like to interject with my style. But writing music about it is what I've been doing. Interesting enough, that poem, that mentions 2020 and all this whole concept that I just did called Cool to Live. I wrote that in like 2012, thinking about like the energy of all of that. Sometimes being a Black man, you don't really put like a due date on your life, but I remember when I turned 18, I didn't think I was gonna make it to 18. I remember when I turned 25, I didn't think I was gonna make it to 25. And I'll be 35 this year. I'm still like, dang, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? This is dealing with like the trauma of being African American, and really trying to redefine that image of wealth, so that you don't get involved in the system so much, because it is a system, and so thinking about that culture has me shifting the style of re-educating you through hip hop. And what that looks like is pulling up in a classroom with a boombox and a blender, educating educators, going on the block, showing people how to sprout, creating workshops and developing around how to decolonize the kitchen, going directly into communities and showing them how to use traceable source, locally grown food, and then spitting rhymes about it. And those rhymes look like like this, like mashed up in my garden, but my soil soft. Leaf feeling like velvet mulling for the cough. Grab a sage and the herbs, homie, blast off. When I pull up in your garden, I'm the site boss. 100 seeds on the soil, got that price up. Compost tea, homie, that's that nice cup. Onion took 3 years, that's a dice up. With the Ginsu knife, that's a slice up. Homie, feeling like I never aged. I was so engaged. I was so amazed. I've been gardening for days and I identify my spouse and you the right one. Soaking up the water, soaking up the sun. Keep the honey for the bees and the dandelion. I got a garden for the weeds, keep the bees from dying. I see him planting 5G, that's that new strap. I just need that YGs for that water tap, homie, and I'm off. So really though, redefining the image of wealth through hip hop looks like using our culture to talk about the things that we need, not only for social justice, but for sustainable change. Climate change is an issue that's going to affect everybody, right? So talking about water conservation, talking about literally things that we can do to create rooftop gardens and just kind of sprinkling in that. I mean, how many songs we got about the trap house, man? We need some about the greenhouse. And so the concepts of what we can do with that is just, like I said, using the art for social change, to decolonize the kitchen, create culinary climate action, the things that we actually need, not only because it's going to help our unhoused homies, but it also help put that cooperative economics back in the hood because people need them greens, homie, and not the ones you roll. Just saying. Happy 420. Peace.
Sprout that life.
Indeed.
I got questions though. What up?
Powerful.
Hey, bro, real quick before I need your contact information. I am a chef by trade, and I'm actually getting ready to start a cooking show with the local university, and I would love to feature some of your organic
Oh man, yeah, definitely. Send me a DM message on this chat real quick, and I'll go ahead and send that to you. That's love, no doubt. What's your name?
Fly.
All right, cool. Etaf, nice to meet you.
My pleasure, my pleasure. I'm gonna send my contact.
Cool.
Do we
That was
have
it,
any
though?
questions?
Yeah. So when you made the transition, right? Like, was it education first, or did you start rhyming about the herbs and all that stuff? Like, how did that transition occur with you?
Wow. I mean, as a musician, I got put on game by the Rastas, yo. The Rastas is like, yo, you don't eat this, don't eat that. It was stews, teas, roots, and like a lot of soup. You know what I'm saying? I was drinking oat milk at like age 14, bro. That's like damn near 20 years ago. Like it's a thing now, But like that's like I feel you. And when it came to like the music, the influence that came through like holistic wellness for me was reggae music. The lessons of Rastafari, like really understanding like, ITAL culture, and the liberty mentality is really what introduced me into like healthy eating, period. You know what I mean? It was the juice bars and the roots and the teas and, natural hair, natural skin products, all that. Like, and that kind of like, it was a back to Africa concept, should I say. You know what I'm saying? It was a repatriation. It was more of a rites of passage for me. And kind of remembering that, 85% of the world actually eats vegan and it's not by choice. There's just no subsidies like we have in America, to be able to consume, a lot of our dairy and meat products, But when we think about it from our culture, a lot of us, there's moderation, of course, right? But mangoes the size of your chest, bro. Like from the continent, you know what I mean? After going back home, I think learning a little bit more about our culture and the diaspora of Africa is really what opened me up into like thinking about eating tropical. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that old saying, they brought the gorilla out of the jungle, but they left the food, knowledge that I think that a lot of us kind of need to understand what it means to be in our own biometrics and understanding what we can do for our own body, not just like what's going on in the world of everybody else. And everybody has a different perspective, but I'm gonna be real, being plant-based for the past 20 years, I'll be getting sick. That, you know what I'm saying? This whole COVID last year, I mean, that's a common flu, you know what I'm saying? Common cold. I ain't catching nothing. You know what I'm saying? I think it just has a lot to do with that ginger and that garlic and the daily focus on mental wellness and health. And I think with that, you know, it's just not compromising the future for young people, because I respect that, you know. But I've seen it. I've lost a lot of friends and family to, you know, lack of wellness in the mind. You know what I mean? Taking responsibility for your health, not because some doctor says so, not because the TV says so, but taking responsibility for your health from the get-go. And putting that on wax, putting that on rhymes, going into schools, it's really conscious consumption. You know what I mean?
Mm.
If I give a hand of sprouts to a kid in the classroom and he likes it, everybody else around him gonna like it too. You know, because it's the collective, you know, awareness, and that's okay. You know, we need to make it more of a cultural norm. 85% of the vegans in America are African American, and you don't know that because of the fact of the marketing, but people are slowly moving that way because of, you know, health disparities. A lot of times are due towards redlining being strictly enforced in communities of color where processed food overruns. You know what I mean? But just saying.
Powerful.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
Very
DJ
clear.
Cavum, I have a question or inquiry to you. I met you in your work about 2015 when you were collaborating with Natural Grocers. You and your wife were doing a put on the show. I believe it was one of your tours, and you know, back then I was trying to make the transition to 100% vegan, get better. And, you know, I it took me a lot. I struggled a lot. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I've recently, you know, you've re-inspired me again to take that whole plant-based diet, and really I can really feel it. But
Mm.
I guess I'm asking you for like what's advice or maybe some tips for someone that's in transition period where they're understanding, hey, maybe they're getting older or maybe they're younger and they're trying to move away from a lot of processed foods, get away from, you know, our manufactured meats, things like that. Someone that's really transitioning into the vegan lifestyle. Any words of wisdom or insight there?
Man, you know, I feel you, you know, and congratulations to yourself. You know, I mean, can't take responsibility for that, but I definitely you know, take the time to sit with you and help, you know what I mean, if that's what you're asking. I feel like a lot of us are aware that, you know, you can find pretty much anything vegan nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you like butter and cheese, you can find that vegan. You know what I'm saying? If you like a steak, you know what I'm saying, you can find that vegan, you know? And it's interesting with the mimicry of chefs, you know what I mean? Being able to like flip that and find this. Main question I've been getting my whole life is where you get your protein, and I'll be saying these nuts, cashews, almonds, legumes, you know what I'm saying? For real. And it works. And it's been working for years. And a lot of us, you know, if you've seen Game Changers, whatever, you know what I mean? It's out there though, player. The conversation for us is you know, are you doing this for what? You know, some people go to the yoga parlor, and you know what they going for. Ain't got nothing to do about Nirvana. Ain't got nothing to do, you know what I'm saying? They trying to come out fit, thin waist, big hips. You know, the concept, not everybody's going in there for like the spiritual enlightenment and longevity and the flexibility and like all the things that's needed. So if you're going for the flavor, if you're going plant-based for the flavor, I would say stay in the kitchen, stay in the produce section, and keep your seasonings on flavor. If you're really going for the you know, trying to patronize other people, support as many vegan restaurants as you can. They need your support during times like these. But if you're really trying to do it for your health, yo, player, all that eating out and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be real with you. I'll be in the kitchen, you know what I'm saying? I'll get you a juicer, get you a blender, player, and stay in the produce section. You know, hit that bulk section, go in there with the reusable jars and bring in your own bag, player. Bring a bag, player. The plastic is dead, you know what I'm saying? And trying to like reprogram that whole idea. A lot of us are still falling victim to a lot of processed vegan food because it's no different than the processed food period. It comes to us fully packaged in plastic. When a lot of the natural foods that we love comes in this natural form of packaging. You just gotta just bring your little cloth bag and just rinse off your kale when you get it, wash it up, plan, you good. But the limit plastic is the reason why plant-based sometimes is being more reinforced than like veganism. So just keep that in heart, keep that in mind. Yo, my G, it's not always about, you know, gang banging on people on these plants nowadays, but you know, we do be set tripping on people who be, you know, littering in the hood, that's for sure, you know what I'm saying? But the concept is important about us to take care of our health and wellness, regardless of who's watching and when nobody ain't.
I love that. Thank you, DJ. Kev.
Yeah, man.
You find other artists, yo, by the way, crazy respect, man. That was really hot. Do you find many other artists out there in the same lane? Who's just from like a casual observer. I'm vegetarian, by the way. Have not made the vegan commitment, but I've been vegetarian for like 30 years. Which
Yeah.
is a long time. But you know, I get the same question, you know, where's the protein, all that. So I was obviously drawn to Dead Prez, Be Healthy, right? I found the old school, my whole house smelled like soul food, curry falafel, barbecue tofu, you know, same thing. And the second I heard it, it spoke to me so well. I was just like, where are more people talking about this? You know, talking about the ginger root and talking about eating healthy and being healthy. And I really, I don't know if I'm looking in the right places. So do you see it as more of a movement that's on the come up, or are you like one of a very few?
You know, man, like, yeah, I mean, I've worked so close with DP.
I figured you must. Yeah.
Yeah, those are brothers, and you know, like there's a fit club that we all generals on. It's called RBG Fit Club.
Mm-hmm.
Check that out. If you're looking for more A likes in that mentality, just join the Fit Club, RBG, Roots, Beans, and Greens.
Gotcha.
But yeah, man, you know, when I think
That's
about it, like there is more of us. You know, I remember I did like a TED talk. I got like 4 TED talks.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was a call to action, like, yo, we got some problems, you know, and that call to action turned into, you know, the 10th element of hip hop, which was proclaimed after Schomburg with, you know, the Cold Crush Brothers and members of the Universal Zulu Nation and Queen of Fours, Styles P was there, Jada Kiss. We were all there. We signed the newest element, which is health and wellness, right after Phife Dawg passed away, because we realized that, you know, Guru passed away, you know, years ago, you know, yesterday. When you're thinking about the same concept of like health and wellness, a lot of our gangster rappers be dying from the plate. You know what I mean? From Big Pun to Sean Price, you know what I mean, to Jay Dilla, to you know what I mean, come on, man, Extra P. Let's go down the line, like of everybody who I feel like has been really you know, affected by this, down to Nate Dogg, bruh, you know. And so if there's things that we can do in our culture to really influence like health and wellness, yeah, it's bigger than just us doing music videos, pulling up green juice in the video, or being up in the garden, you know what I'm saying, chewing on the kale like we rolling, you know what I mean? Like these things are slowly influencing. And yeah, I mean, I know I might be one of the first who are sitting on the shoulders of these ancestors. I mean, I look up to Beef by KRS-One. I look up to Green Eggs and Ham by A Tribe Called Quest. Of course, Dead Prez is A likes and family. But then I think about the ones who have really been influencing them, like, you know, Marvin Gaye, Mercy Me. I think it's got to be one of the first environmental songs that I can reference that hit the Black community, you know. But thinking about it from that perspective, we also gotta, you know, always pay homage and roots to those elders who are unapologetically growing during, you know, times of need, you know, during his like, and we can say the slavery. I like to call that enslavement. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of us were enslaved. We weren't slaves. We got to transform that thinking, and it's the same way about being free. Like we don't have to eat that food no more. You know what I'm saying? Like we can actually go back into the concepts and replacing and re-identifying with that. And music is a good way to start.
Dope, man. Thanks.
For sure.
Thank you very much, Doctor. We appreciate you. We're going to keep this ball rolling, and I want to introduce our next speaker. I had the privilege of hearing his poetry, and then I stalked him a little bit to kind of find out what is this person about, because he totally had us laughing, but he also had us thinking when I met him at our poetry slam. Adrian DeBarros, I'm feeling very privileged to have met you as well. Let's have you take away the stage.
Yeah. Thank you, Natalia. Hey, and thank you for everyone that showed up tonight. You know, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're on this Zoom. This Zoom. But no, thank you very much. Tonight, everyone, I'm simply gonna have a nice little quick performance for you, and then have a little interaction with y'all afterwards. But let's just get right into it. And this performance is gonna go out to all of my underdogs out there. Let's get right into it. All right, all right. Wake up from a hunger, didn't eat before I slumbered. Frail dreams didn't fly, calling me a slumber. Underground dog, hibernate until summer. Underdog claws, this ain't quite over. Bottom of the ladder, hear the sound of the clatter. Each rung sung, but becomes a pattern. Up and down, each step gets louder. Volume of the beat gets a little bit louder. Little bit louder, little bit louder. Volume of the beat gets a little bit louder. Little bit louder, little bit louder. Step gets louder. Fighting my way back, who's to say I cannot do that? Picking up gloves, wiping blood off a cold man. Everybody's doubting that I can make me a comeback. Y'all are just inflated, oh, I think y'all need to pump that. Watch me hit it out the park like I'm Barry Bonds, man. Game on lock. I think I need a Bonds, man. Shot so precise, they call me James Bond, man. Got your head bumping like a bobblehead bobbing. Throwing a pitch from a pitcher, better batter. Drenching haters in the frying pan, call that a better batter. Feeding dreams with the team ingredients matter. When you're feeling hungry, this just doesn't really matter. When you're feeling down and out on the pavement and you're questioning if you're even gonna make it, and everybody seems to be hating, all you gotta do is shake it off and keep basing. When you at the bottom of the ladder, hear the sound of the clatter. Each rung sung but becomes the pattern. Each step gets louder. Little bit louder, little bit louder, little bit louder. Volume of the beat gets a little bit louder. Little bit louder, little bit louder. Up and down, step gets louder. Yo, underdog, this all starts with you. This isn't like spelling bee, it doesn't end with you. You're gonna need the rest of the letters to get you through. You're gonna need each other like this clap to this boom. Be cool, keep your top, don't become a Ichabod. More than one head is better than you could have thought. Take off that facade, become part of a squad. Mere mortals with the spirit of the comeback gods. The odds of us like finding Waldo in a haystack. Flipping big dreams like Ronald and his Big Macs. And like your grandpa's lazy boy, we going way back. If we didn't have each other, then we would be that. Wife without the ring, Oreo without the cream. Netflix with no stream, a player without a team. Shoes and no socks with jeans missing seams. If we dress her like a tailor, it's gonna be a meme. Each rung sung, up and down, up and down. Volume of the beat gets a little bit louder, little bit louder, little bit louder. Volume of the beat gets a little bit louder, little bit louder, little bit louder. Up and down, step gets louder. Running back, we got our shell. Did it all together, this no Humpty Dumpty tale. Stay silent, hit our mark, call us William Tell. Got this crowd spinning like a Ninja Turtle shell. We're snatching back this moment from the hands of time. Fix mistakes like a prince with the sands of time. What you see, what you saw, when you see it, you want it all. Up and down, that's called the seesaw. But we're talking ladders going higher than the rafters. Crescendo from this rapper in the pattern of a ladder. Climbing each rung on the library ladder. Climbing every rung opens every new chapter. Underdog given the sign, even the ladder to climb. Took it even further, hung it at a rung at a time. Squad with open hands saw this is one of a kind. Said you gotta play this more than one at a time. Gotta play this more than one time. More than one time, mama, more than one time. Gotta play this, mama, more than one time. Cause you'll never know when it's gonna be your last time. At the bottom of the ladder, hear the sound of the clatter. Each rung sung, up and down, up and down. Volume of the beat gets a little bit louder, little bit louder, little bit louder. Volume of the beat gets a little bit louder, little bit louder, little bit louder. Up and down, step gets louder. Woo! Hey, thank y'all for that.
That's what's up.
The little virtual performance. I thank y'all for hanging in on that one.
Good job, man.
I was like, boy, virtual performance, that's gonna be a challenge. But no, I loved y'all hanging in there for that. y'all can catch all that stuff on all the platforms and on SoundCloud. But I just really wanted to, when I first made this song, it was really, I was like, this is almost a song that's almost timeless, because it's like I'm almost preaching to my future self. Hey, you're gonna have some rough times, and you could always come back to this. And the thing is, when you do get in those rough times, don't isolate yourself. That's probably one of the dangerous areas that we can get into, isolation. And then that self-pity wants to start creeping in. You'd be like, that self-pity just keeps us down. But yeah, I just wanted to perform that for y'all. And I'm quote unquote the nerdy rapper. Release a single last year, Nerdy Girls. And I'm more of a kind of an upbeat and in your face, energetic rapper, if you will. I feel like I've always been a happy kid, like just a happy kid that's really gives out a lot of energy, and I love community. I would say maybe overly excited for community when it comes to poetry slam events, or just finding my tribe, like people that I can vibe with. That's where I really get my energy. Because when I was just by myself, I'm like, man, I've been doing this for way too long by myself. But when I can get, that mentor or coach, or that best friend, or just, someone that's in our same community in our group, that's where I really feed off of. And sometimes I need to slow down when I talk, because I talk quite fast when but thank y'all again. If you have any questions, let me know. But I really appreciate y'all being here. Again, you're on this Zoom. You could have been on any Zoom tonight, but you're on this one.
Barrows, can you tell us a little bit about your background? Because I know you have a lot of interesting, not so typical career moves.
Yes. Sometimes I feel like, and this is not to be conceited or egotistical. Sometimes I feel like I'm in between. I think a lot of us are. We're in between that Clark Kent, and then Superman. We all have our day job, or we go out to we go provide for our families, provide for us with that day job, and then we on the other side we got that Superman side where we unbutton our shirts, we got that cape, and there's super women as well for all the ladies out there. But I feel like we have those two sides. We do our things that really provides, and then the other side is our creative side, and where it say, hey, I need my soul to release. I need to get out there. And with that said, currently I'm in a cybersecurity program. I've have 11 years of IT experience, so I'm very familiar with software design, network design, and support of those items. So that's where I come from on my Clark Kent side. I don't work at the Daily Planet, but I work like in the IT server room or remote, whatever. And then outside of that, I got into music about 5 years ago. Really latched on to the patterns and just the technical aspect of rapping, and kind of just ran away with it. And then also my design skills, I do designs as well. That's just kind of my Superman side. That's the easiest way I can really explain it. I have my Clark Kent side, and I have my Superman side.
I know, Pro, you and I both vibe with that 100%.
Yeah, man. We got the same metaphor for you, man. Same thing.
Heck yeah.
With you.
What would you say to aspiring artists? What would be your mantra that you would give them so that they would be able to release that Superman in them?
I'm going to say be patient with yourself, patience and confidence within themselves. Things to get good at things, it takes a while. And even when you're super good at things, you're still going to have slip ups. So be very, I guess I should say, gracious to yourself and forgiving, but also have a consistent work ethic, consistency, patience, and forgiveness on yourself. Especially if you're a young artist out there. I mean, you have time on your side. But then again, someone could pick up rap when they're 35 and then they go really hard for the next couple of years and they blow up. We never know. So I would say just be patient and don't necessarily try to predict the future. Just work as hard as you can, look at opportunities, and really go after them. But always have, I would say, make sure you're supported, because you don't want to be a starving or homeless artist. Make sure you got your base and your foundation. You always want to have your foundation you go back to, that you're grounded and rooted in. You're not going to be trying to be this role model for other kids or other aspiring artists when yourself you're having to have a pan on. You're having to ask for a lot of handouts. Make sure you have your base, and that's really what I would tell my younger self. Have your base. Don't think just because you're Clark Kent over here that, oh, I'm a failure, I didn't make it in this or that. You must be just patient with yourself. Yeah.
I have a question for an audience member. What's exciting about the technical aspects of rap that you mentioned?
I would say what's the technical aspects would be the patterns, the rhyme schemes. Obviously, in ladders, it's pretty simple. It's a catchy workout song, if you will. But other songs in rap itself, you can really, your paintbrush, that beat, or let's say the music itself, that's just one layer of the canvas. And then as you're building upon that beat or that instrumental, you can paint around it, paint in between it. You can fill in, you can take away, you can zoom in, zoom out, and you can do all of this all in real time. It's a lot of fun when you can when you have your ear training like locked in to that beat or instrumental, and you know how to flow in between it, and you're like, ooh, that sounds really good. You start getting yourself excited when you start noticing things and you're doing things. You're like, whoa, I didn't hear that before, but because I've been listening to instrumentals, I've been understanding 4-beat bars and 30-second beats and 16 beats, and you can start counting the beats, and you know where to go in and where you can come in and out. You can start experimenting. Maybe like, oh, I haven't heard this before, but let me experiment with it. So that's where it really, for me, the technical aspects of understanding the patterns of an instrumental, and then where can I flow in and out of that instrumental itself. So that's the technical aspects I kind of nerded out on, that when I started first rapping. I was like, all right. I was like, at first I was like, is this just like random? But I was like, no, there's actually, when it comes to the science behind it, there's actually technique that you can really pick up, practice. Obviously, you want to practice so you get better, but really experiment. You can create a whole new sound that's you. I mean, even if you try to copy someone else's sound, it's going to be slightly different, and that's just the fun of it. You're like, okay, I'm trying this and that. Hey, what does someone think of this? People can be like, huh, all right, you sound like this, but you also sound like you got this in you. But yeah, the long answer short, it's really just the technical aspects when it comes to the beat itself and flowing in and out of those beats. So that's where you gotta really get into that ear training, so you know where the beats are, kicks and snares, things like that. That's just all the nerdy stuff. And you're like, after a while, it's gonna become second nature, and you won't even think about it. But when you go back to evaluate, you're like, oh, my rhyme scheme landed on the let's see, the third beat of every bar. Or you say, oh, I'm going to switch it up. Maybe the first 2 bars, I want to place the rhyme scheme on the second beats. And then when I come down, maybe I'll switch it up on the third beat. So you can really play in between and see what you like, what you don't like. That's the nice thing about it. You'd be like, I don't like that sound. Or I'm like, man, I got my bars too full of, got too much words crammed in there. And I'm just sounding like a super fast rapper, like, blah, 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 blah. Like, some of that sounds good. But if that doesn't feel good to you, then you don't have to do it. You have the choice. But yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, I might be
I
a
don't know
nerd in
the
that
technical
sense.
part, but you explained the heck out of that. Okay.
Pro and Quo probably got some good insight on that as well. But yeah.
With you, homie.
Yeah, brother.
how do you feel that you dismantle the stereotypical rapper persona?
I guess I'd have to say I don't rap about the typical, I don't know, trap style beats where the highlight is, women's big booties, and I don't necessarily talk about, lean, certain type of drugs or shooting someone, and or this just to say firearms in general. I and the reason why I don't, that's because it's not me. I've stayed true to who I am as a person. And then when I got into rap, I was like, oh, maybe I should rap about those things. Like I should rap about popping bottles and models and um. But I was like, well, I've never really been a part of that life. And as soon as I tried to start rapping about something that wasn't me, it just sounded phony. It's like I was forcing it. And then I just stayed true to myself because I was like, you know what? The world is gonna own its own stereotypes, or let's say society owns its own stereotypes, but it's up to me as an individual to own my truth. And that's all I can do is own my own truth. That, hey, the world's gonna label things, make a label maker and try to slap it on your forehead. You'd be like, no, 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 that's not me. Like I stay to my truth. So that's I guess that's how I feel. I've dismantled the stereotype because I'm a African American male, and you know it seems like I'm excited on the microphone, and I have more content than just popping bottles and shooting, having a gun in my waist, and talking about that. So I can't speak too much on that. That's why you probably like I'm kind of like stumbling on that part because I don't have experience with that. But I have an imagination when it comes to other things, and I have a world out there that I can pull from itself in stories. But yeah,
Real cool, man.
thank you.
Thank you so much. Does anyone have any question for DeBarros? If not, we're gonna go into some very talented kings that I had the fortune of meeting at another event with Dr. V, shouting Dr. V out. But when I met these two, we were doing poetry, and I was blown away. I was astonished at the talent and the art and the skillfulness. And I'm going to say this, and I'll probably get, lashed at for this, but I'm not a math person, but this person makes math all that more wonderful.
I see where you're going with that. Hey.
They are pro and quo. They did some individual work prior to forming this dynamic duo. And then they came together and collectively made some phenomenal work. We got to do a little bit of housekeeping before I let them on the mic. If you are here to compete, can you please drop your name in the chat?
Y'all got some prizes, I heard.
Yes, there's a movie. You're stepping ahead of me.
Sorry about that. I'm all excited.
We have a lot of prizes actually, and hopefully we'll be able to give each person something. So how that portion is going to work is we're going to use our emojis to vote. It's going to be audience voting. And if you love the artist, love them, you can't get enough of them, you think they should have a record, be on a record label, you're going to give it a heart emoji like this. So after your heart emoji, if you see their talent, they need to progress just a little bit more. It's not quite there for you yet. We still loved the performance. It just had a few things that it need to work on. You're gonna give it a hands clap like that. After each performer, they will receive affirmation and constructive criticism, soft criticism from each judge. Our judges today are DeBarros, DJ Cavum, Pro, Professor Lyrical, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
And J. Cruz or Quo. Please allow for only affirmations in the chat. So if you liked a particular line, you can say that was dope or that was nice. Leave the constructive criticism to the judges, please. Then after the performances, ProQuote is going to perform for us and send us off on our Earth Day, enlightened and fulfilled and enjoying. So I have a few artists. If Pro and Quo want to kind of talk about your journey and your narrative, I'm gonna set up our people that are gonna be performing.
Most
Cool.
definitely. And there is the beginning is Pro, so Pro will go first, Quo will go second.
Oh,
How's
all
that
right.
sound?
All right.
You like that?
That's that pro quo thing. Yeah. So my name is Professor Lyrical. Peace, everybody. Appreciate y'all being here. Shout out to my man Fee. We've been rhyming. Fee and I, we've been rhyming for a long time. In a crew called X Cal. That's how I got started in Massachusetts. I'm currently in the DC area now. Quo still in Mass and back in New England. And yeah, we came together through mutual appreciation of hip hop as MCs. I met Quo at a show. He came to one of my shows in Lowell, where I'm from, and we'd always talked about building. And COVID is really what brought us together. Ironically, how some of these tough times have had some silver linings, for some of us individually. And so, without this situation, we probably would not have undertaken this whole thing. So my quick story is I'm a mathematician as well. I'm a math professor. I teach at the University of District of Columbia. I was previously at Northeastern. I've taught at about 12 different colleges, and I perform regularly at colleges, schools, high schools, a lot of stuff like this, usually on ground. I've had the chance to perform here in Colorado at MSU before. With Chuck D, Public Enemy, which was real cool. Got to come out here a few times actually. And so yeah, that's what I do. That's what I'm about. I have a son doing Taekwondo in the room next to me. He's taking his black belt test in May. And yeah, man, we just trying to do the best we can over these crazy times and use hip hop for what it's always been for me, which has been sort of an outlet. And I think for a lot of us, especially in these crazy times, sometimes it's something real serious and heavy, and other times it's real light and fun, just because you got to have that balance.
Yeah, definitely. And good job, Pro, of course.
Amen.
So I am Quo J, Quo Kane Cruz, and I'm actually a MC first, part-time postal worker. That's my side hustle. And my journey's been really lengthy. I wrote my first rhyme when I was 7 years old, and recorded my first tape, I guess you would say, when I was about 11. And I've been doing it ever since, wholeheartedly. And the one difference is the change of going from a child mind state or a childlike mind state, teenage mind state, to a grown man mind. And I really take a lot of pride in that, especially being a family man with my daughter, my wife, my kids and all that. And when COVID hit, like Pro said, it was a paradigm shift for me, because I really started to see indirectly families breaking up, you know, because they really did, you know, the parents really didn't like each other, or the kids were getting fed up. So it heightened my level of appreciation for life, for the fact that I was not like that. I had a happy life, and I enjoyed it. And basically it just came out where, you know, we have a concept, it's called IB Hood, Instant Brotherhood, which is the name of the album we're releasing.
Shout out to Fly.
And shout out Fly, shout out LD, I seen you there too.
Shout out LD.
Yeah. And it's really just, you know, what is an example with Pro and I, it was that instant connection, you know, very similar mind states, except Mr. Mathematician, he's schooling me all the time, you know. But the mind state about hip hop and actually being conscious with it and having a message and standing by something bigger than what we are, you know, and creating the best music possible. That was always our goal. And now I'm actually doing it. You know, our album that we've created is my best pieces of work that I've ever put out. And it's been great being able to collaborate with such a brilliant person and have a team of people internationally around the world, you know, doing it with us and riding with us. And the belief factor is so huge. So yeah, that's my story, kind of, you know,
man.
bridged, but
Nice.
can't wait to hear
Nicely
some
done.
of these MCs out
Nicely
here.
done. Yeah, I
Thank you,
don't
my
know.
friend.
I don't know how long we oh, there's Natalia. I was gonna say I
There you
didn't
go,
know if we were
Natalia.
doing a track or something before that, or if we're stretching, or if we're cutting short, you know.
We probably should stretch it. We have two and a possible, I don't know if this person wants to perform or not.
Okay.
Please check your private chats. If you chatted me privately, please check, I did respond. We're gonna go ahead. We have lots of prizes. So if we only have two performers, thank you for your bravery. We're gonna go ahead and let y'all, well, we have three performers. We're gonna let y'all choose what prizes you want, okay?
Whoa,
So
that's dope.
let me give you the breakdown of the prizes. So we have an HP laptop. We have Synergy earbuds. We have an iPad, and we also have a microphone, kind of like Jay's.
All right.
Jay Cruz's
If you see another
microphone.
person signing up right now and it says
Drop your-
Dr. Plord, yo, pay no attention to that person. Yo,
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
absolutely. I know there's some talent in this room, by the way. So some people probably haven't signed up.
You do not have to be a rapper. I know that we are featuring rappers in this, but you do not have to be a rapper. Me, myself, I'm a poet. That's how I met all of these wonderful gentlemen. And DJ Cavum does poetry, DeBarros does poetry. Actually, all of them do poetry, right? So if you're a singer, hey, I want to hear some bars, you know, acapella it all day.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it open for that. We're going to start with the three that we do have. I'm going to flip a coin to see who goes first instead of.
Were you saying you wanted us to stretch and do something before that, or no?
If you want to perform a song before that, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, we can do that.
Start it off.
We want to do something upbeat,
good.
something upbeat.
You know, sometimes
Yeah,
when you get, you know, you start levitating, you might need to get pulled down because gravity just happened.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Fly caught that. Fly caught.
Yeah,
hold
Fly.
it down.
We got a new album
you
coming
about
out,
to
and
hold
this
it
is
down.
one of the
Please
tracks
check
on
the
it.
chat for those of you that are performing so that you know when you're performing. I'm going to flip that coin while they perform.
Yeah, I see what Jay Cruz is doing. I see what he's doing.
See what I did?
There. Yeah, man. Hey, yo, check out that Bye Bye. It's our first single. It's out right now. You can get it on the Spotify, tinyurl.com/bye bye, spelled BUY. Bye Bye.
UI.
All right, so that's where it is on Spotify, but you can find it elsewhere. Just do a search, Bye Bye Pro Quo. You'll find it out there. But we're gonna get into. I think I know what you're saying, Jay Cruz. Why don't you take?
I think you might, Pro. This could be that. Let's see how this beat sounds right here, though.
All right, I don't know how we're gonna do this. Let's try it.
Oh no. Yeah. So some people pull you up and some people want to bring you down, right? But you gotta pull me down. Nah, we gonna hold it down. put this right here real quick. Yeah. Born a trailblazer, set a trend and going major. Make a move, player better guard it like I'm Tatum. 2K style, get the opal dominator. Verbal crossover, copy that just like verbatim. I boogie down and hold the crown, your record faded. Bullies in the basement, shake your hand before the payment. She truly's on the camera, barefooted when we hanging. Aquafina bottles, we've been sweating since the pavement. Holding down reality, that's in my affidavit. Pull it out of space, and when it's dropping, it be banging. The half is everything you get in layman. I rap shit, show the cash on invasions. Might never ad lib, cause what I'm saying so amazing. Rights tied to my kids, wife said that's elation. Yeah, keep 100 hibernating, get some cane stimulation. Here to change what you bang on these stations. Hit the vein, put the blame on rotations. I've been asking y'all to pull me down, hold me down. Can you hold me down, hold me down?
I know what you're saying, Jay.
I know
Let me try
you.
to get him.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Y'all hearing that okay?
Yes, sir.
Nah, I don't think you
Yes,
were. I don't
sir.
think you were. I don't think you were. I need to hear some more. What do we got? What do we got?
Fire.
Pump that up.
Fire.
You ready? All right, let's do it again.
Yeah, turn it
All
up,
right.
turn it up.
They ready? Yeah. Yeah. Sound of lovely? Yeah. 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 I am the Alpha and Omega, Hellenic, beginning, ending. I be focused on ascension instead of only was trending, blending. Effortless water like Newton laws when I drop the mic. 70s, 80s, baby, a product of what I watched at night. Caution lights, see no quieres problemas, put theories on paper, revered by both the indies or majors. My neighbors making gravitational waves through record labels, reaching out from one hood to the next like jumper cables. Some are able and want a vision. The problem is they only want a vision in the bubble like Scarlet Witch. Author Harlequin novels, not probably feeling ya, but when I'm a Malcolm X in Harlem, probably stop at Sylvia's soul. This so familiar, though, for la familia, firmly in my nature, pro quo, so familiar. The growth linear, exponential, a strategy, constant among the masses, pros that G like gravity, baby. Woo. I come back too. Yeah. Yeah. Quo, pro, yeah. We down with that brotherhood, bumping in every other hood. Was good, quo, pro. Find me all up in your mother's hood. Both out the Ville, still repping from Winter Hill. By way of the coast of Cambridge, made famous them Lowell Mills now. Chillin' the capital V. P is capital Rho, capital QUO. You know the show's magical V. Mathematical prof, the biographical stats leap off the charts. That's facts like Z axis is. The whole fact of it's homie, you either holding me down or y'all just hanging around, pulling me down now. Normally right here, you hear cruise, but it's me over this track. Ain't got nothing to lose. Come on.
Nah. Woo. Good job, bro.
Try it, man.
Where's my light there?
Trying to be like you, man. That's kind of weird with the back.
Trying to be like you.
that, but yeah.
That was pretty seamless, I must say, my man. You did a great job coming in.
I wasn't
Yeah.
sure y'all were hearing me at the beginning there. I wasn't getting
look at we.
so I had to run it back.
Hey, we got
Have him. Thanks, brother.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it.
You got that big going.
That's on the forthcoming album, Instant Brotherhood, coming out this summer in June. Shout out to Freedom Corner brand.
Yeah, and that's produced by my man DJ Mechanic out of Germany. And shout out to him.
Something to remix.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
This is
Send me the remix.
This right here is how you can hear it on, I guess most people on Spotify. So Spotify. Hey, remember, we knew too. So like Professor Lyrical has existed for a long time. J. Cruz existed for a long time. But Pro Quo, this is brand new. This is the sweatshirt right here. You can get the hoodies, you know what I'm saying? You get the dog tags, you get the hats, you know.
And you could do something like this too. You know, it could be something like this with a QC scan on it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, no advertising on my event.
We have what? Do we have anything unbranded? I didn't know that.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. You could definitely.
This is my favorite shirt right here.
And your shirts. I bought a hoodie the other night when I was on the show.
We got black. We got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pick up mine. Oh man.
You gotta go baby blue, right, Fee? You gotta go baby blue, you know.
Oh yeah, if we want that baby blue.
If we're doing shout outs, we definitely need to talk about the seeds. If you could fill us in, DJ Cavum, let us know about the seeds, because that is life, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he heard me.
No, I think he's gonna go grab some.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
It
that's
looked
what's
like he
up.
was looking around.
Yeah, he's like, go pick up some seeds. Let's
Yo,
go.
enough
Yeah,
about the
that's what
trap
we're
house. We
talking
need more
about.
greenhouses.
That is
That's
dope.
like a hashtag all day. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be at your website there for real.
Arugula,
That's definitely a
kale.
hashtag, bro.
Yeah, that's a hashtag, right?
Definitely a hashtag.
You know, I
Yes,
got the
sir.
kale on deck. I got the arugula on deck. I got the beets on deck for your
Oh, look,
garden.
we need.
On the
Oh,
back,
oh, there it is. I couldn't hear him. I'm
on
sorry.
the back, you got the QR code. Download the album with the QR code on the back, right? Track listing, you know. But it's the seeds. You can grow these babies. There's growing instructions on the inside. This is the way that you can make your album without compromising the future for young people because it's compostable, it's recyclable. You can put it in the ground. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the green version of Ricky Ross. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Right.
you know, I'm flooding the hood with seeds instead of crack. You know, for
Beautiful.
the
Yo,
hood.
I tell you what,
Love
man,
it.
you need to hit up maybe through me, man. UDC where I'm at, you may know it's a HBCU. It's an urban land grant. It's got an agricultural department, of course, being an urban land grant. It's all about sustainability inside of urban areas. It's one of the only ones in the country. I'm sure they'd be very, very interested in what you have to say, my man.
Send it to me, man. I got seeds out there in Bushwick. I got seeds in Queens. I got seeds in the Bronx.
Mm.
At the
Mm.
Plant Tega locations, you know, more than just supplying like organic seeds. Started with a team to distribute vegan food in the hood, you know, outside of like, you know, Williamsburg and the Lower E, you know, wanted to like put in like direct impact the communities that actually need access. So creating food access is more than just a garden. So I'm all about it. Word up. Send me the link. Hit me.
Absolutely.
So without further ado, let's start our competition portion. Very talented people. We're going to start it off with Banks. And I know you told me your stage name. I do apologize. If you
It is
could
okay.
let me know what that is again. I have a lot of
Forever
messages and
lives Yahweh. F.L.Y. They just call me
forever
Fly.
lives Yahweh. We are ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna go acapella. Got some stuff that I scribbled down while we was talking, finished rather.
Oh,
And called Leaky Pain. It says, they all listen when they perceive you auspicious. You all witness me putting on like auditions. We all live in this world, although it's augmented. Forgetting we had to be forgiven, we all demented. I'm going harder with every sentence like I'm cemented. We thinking we peacing with Jesus because he on a pendant. We all in trouble if our intentions is unrepentant. Don't be impressed with these rappers, the cabin is all rented. I'm really different, it's for the better, I really meant it. I keep an eye on the ops, they try to block the vision. I opt in to be optimistic, it's my decision. If they don't like them, I give them space like 2 indentions. You know you read what you sow, it don't really make a difference, but I've been sowing for a long time like hair extensions. I'm all gas like car engines, it's God-given. I cardio on any audio, what you call fitness. Stay in my circles like odd, they say I'm odd with it. But still I'm beating the odds, it's kind of odd, isn't it? I see they calling their feelings, I'll give them God vengeance. But I can't fit no squares in my circle, this only cause tension. Ice cream, spit Klondikes, my bars frigid. They only code, I'm barcode, it's all digits. I'm authentic, artful, push all limits. We used to kick it like soccer teams, but that's all diminished. When pressure's on, the focus gone like good riddance. So good riddance. The streets cold and leave you hanging like all lynches. I only show what it pays, I'm Marshawn Lynch it.
Okay.
Fly. Throw those emojis up, people.
Fire.
Great work.
Mo fire.
Appreciate the opportunity too.
Amazing.
the emojis went up too fast. I'm not that fast. So can you do it one more time?
Make sure you add mine. They ain't got no fire emojis though. I don't see them.
What were they again? They were heart, the hand. Was there something else?
Heart and clap.
heart in the clap, right? Yeah.
Okay. All righty. Thank you so much. We're going to give our affirmations and soft critiques, starting with Pro.
Yeah. Yo, I as a lyricist, I'm always listening for you know, sort of metaphors and all that kind of, you know, the wordplay and so forth. And you can hear that immediately. It's obvious that Fly is not a beginner. I caught his references. I know him personally, so I know there was a lot of spiritual references there as well, which he's slick at doing in a way that, even though he's a man who in his name forever lives Yahweh, is clear in his intentions, but he's not like preaching and beating you over the head with it. So I always appreciate that. I would, in terms of critiques, I would only say that it's great seeing you like I'm seeing you right now. We always love to see the emotion from seeing someone, but I know that's difficult in COVID. I say that to my students as well. You can't have everybody on with cameras, especially with connections or whatever the household situation is, and people running behind you or whatever. But in terms of it's always great to see people. So that's real minor. And then you know, we can't talk about sound quality in here because, of course, you know, again, we're on like headphone mics and stuff like that. So, but it's that is no rookie. Those were blazing bars. I caught the wordplay. Yeah, man. Impressive.
Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Church.
Barros.
I'm gonna say that was fire. I could pick up on his flow over a beat, and I could definitely jam out to it. That's when he was going off, and just like Pro, I also picked up his lyricism, and yeah, just hearing it over, I could just imagine it over a beat. But yeah, it sounds good. I love the wordplay in it. Got a heart from me.
Thank you so much. DJ Cavum.
Yeah, my G. Yeah, keep blazing. You know, if there was a fire emoji, and I would have put the fire emoji down. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I figure I'd just tell you in person. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, man. Keep that fire together. I'm all about seeing, like, you know, just progression of us as artists. You know what I mean? Unapologetically grow, and speak truth to power. You know, and I appreciate your words, and especially in a time like this. You know what I mean? With, you know, this long drawn out trial, and, you know, people trying to remember, you know, real lyricism. And, you know, I was thinking really deep about Guru yesterday, you know what I mean, knowing that it's been some years since he passed, you know. So definitely, I think, like, the way that you spit kind of remind me lyrically how Guru would relate his words as well. So thank you for that.
Man, that's a huge compliment.
Oh man, it is what it is. It's reflection, right?
Amen. Amen. God bless you, sir.
And reflection.
Pro.
Well, you mean?
Yeah, I did mine. Yeah, it's that pro quo thing.
It's quote.
Quo.
Yeah. So
they've been all technical on Zoom. See how they act?
Man, you know, again, I know Fly as well, and everything I've heard him on has been spectacular.
Mom, FaceTime video.
Oh, hear that? I don't know how that's working. We're gonna shut that off. Hold on 1 second, people. My bad.
Hey, that's your mom though. Go ahead though.
It won't even. My phone won't allow it, so I don't understand how that just came through. it didn't even go through.
Mom.
It is. It's a sign. So you know, Fly just incredible lyricist, and I'm sure you drafted that out in what 15-20 minutes. So just for the fact that I'm picking stuff out, you know, beating the odds, you know, that kind of odd, ain't it? So direction, focus, positivity, and uplifting lyricist. You are a Jedi, my dude. Hands
Appreciate
down.
it, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Love it, man. You're very welcome. Well deserved.
One
Hearts
last
all day.
clap for Forever Yahweh lives your way.
That's it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Next coming to the mic. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for your bravery and your artistry. Angelica.
Hello. I'm sorry, I'm a nervous person.
Don't be.
So I'm like, I am, okay, I don't know. I'm sorry. As you can tell, I'm nervous, regardless of my face being hidden from a camera. But I'm gonna do a poem. So, all right, here I go. Today, we mark the day, not because it's We Day, but because justice was made. May 25th, 2020, a colored man named George Floyd was assassinated. 9 minutes were the minutes George Floyd pleaded for that police officer to get off his neck. 9 minutes were the minutes that George Floyd said his last words, "I can't breathe." "I can't breathe" are the words that now impacts the colored community. We now applaud and cheer for justice. His assassinator, Derek, was arrested and sent to jail. But we aren't done yet. We still gotta stand strong and still fight for justice. Breonna Taylor, say her name. Michael Brown, say his name. And many African Americans who still need justice. I am done. I'm done.
What?
Very good.
Okay. Yeah. Did you just write that?
Yeah.
See,
Like
that's what I'm talking about.
on a very true level. I'll show my face. On a very true level, I really did just do that. So
That's dope.
You had to have. Yeah, I mean,
Very,
it's
very
fresh off
good.
the
I
print.
mean, I think you're the first
Love the
person to
little
like
boy in the
follow that action.
background. That is wonderful.
my brother.
I helped
Hi,
you.
honey.
he's like, I want credit.
He's like, I don't have that.
Dope.
Can I
So
get
that was one of the
emojis,
first things I
please?
said.
Emojis.
Yeah.
I
Am I
tried.
allowed to vote?
I'm just gonna throw a lighter up.
I don't remember.
Absolutely.
No, you're not voting. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I love that. That's
I'm
beautiful.
kidding. Vote.
Yeah.
Awesome. We're going to have affirmation and soft critique from, let's go with Jay Cruz this time.
All right.
Okay.
Angelica, so salute and applaud you for your bravery. And you came in and you showed your face and you spit something amazing. So very powerful stuff. I loved it. And so, I mean, I guess the only critique I would maybe have would be that, if you revisited that poem and try to throw some rhymes in there occasionally, that could lift it up a little bit. But even still, the spoken word presentation of it, and it was felt. So I wouldn't change it unless you wanted to. But if you wanted to, that would be my only critique. But great job, girl. Proud of you for coming on here and spitting that.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Awesome. DJ Kevin.
Yeah, that was dope. It's fire. I like the energy. And he took the call to action. That was like one of the first things I said. I was like, yo, use this energy, use this time to write something fresh while you got time. That was first response right there. Yeah, the fact that you took your time to like not only like digest what everyone was saying and like keep that presence at the same time and just come back with, that's what we need. That's the reason why, DJ artists and producers who sample, are good at what they do because they're able to communicate. It's almost like they're a part of the band. They're not just like stealing music. They're a part of the group. It's an intergenerational dialogue, and what you just did was dialogue with us. You share with us. I think that's needed. Please continue to write. Constructively. I think, the influx of how you're able to kind of like bring current events into poetry. I think you should perfect that, feel comfortable, practice makes practice. Remember that, and enjoy yourself while you're doing it, so thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Tavares.
Oh, that was amazing, Angelica. I felt like that was a breaking news teaser. It's like Justice said, "Hey, Angelica, we need you to we got some breaking news we need you to deliver," and you totally accepted that. You accepted that challenge. You wrote down what you needed to, and just kind of like DJ Cavlam and Jay kind of said, is like just expound on that, because I really feel like there's depth in there. You know, not only just like with possible rhyme schemes, but also with breadth of the piece itself. That could definitely get deep and meaty. Yeah, that was dope, and it was like, yeah, we need this breaking news, and Angelica is the person to bring it to deliver it to us. But yeah, great job.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, DeBarros. And last but not least, Lyrical.
Hey, how we doing? It's funny, everybody's children have been coming into the room at the same time. I think mine too, which is great. I mean, that was actually one of the things I appreciated after the fact that you did your verse, Angelica, seeing what you have going on right there, and that's so real right now. So many people have, you know, other obligations. This is not always the first thing for us right now in these times. And even if it wasn't these times, just bringing the family into the fold is always a blessing. So shout out to you on that. It's great to see you on the camera. I know that took a lot for you to turn on the camera. And in terms of writing something on the spot, not a lot of people have the courage to do that. That's clearly why you said you were nervous, because you haven't really had a test run. So that's crazy. Kudos for the bravery, getting up and doing that. You don't see people do that very often. So, and I would echo what DJ Cavum said too, is it's like, excuse me, it's something to keep building on. And that's how to express yourself constantly. And the sword only gets sharper. And every time you approach it, you get past that fear, then you can really shine every single time you go forward, knowing that the fear would just inspire you as opposed to debilitate you. You know what I mean? So that's a great thing. And once you do it once, hopefully you get the fire to keep doing it if you haven't already felt that. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, and by the way, I didn't even speak on the content, but sorry, content obviously on point. I think we're all echoing your feelings. I know that it's been an incredible last couple weeks, and really obviously last year, just dealing with the situation itself. And I think this will be the tip of the iceberg for other people's expression that comes forth at this time too. So I would encourage you to do that again, do that piece again, at all the outpourings that you will see, whether it's an open mic virtually or something in person, and submit that wherever you can.
Okay, thank you.
One last applause, snaps. Thank you so much, Angelica, for your bravery. Next, coming to the mic, and we're gonna allow your artistry to flow and evolve. Please bless us, Frankie.
Yo, what's up? This is Frankie Soto. I'm from New York. Angelica, if you do edit that piece, I'll drop my email. I do a lot of workshops, and that piece is it's something that you have to look into, edit it, and I think it was already powerful, and it has even more potential if you go back and work on it. My piece is kind of gonna go with what Angelica kind of started off. Today is a monumental day in the history of America. It's recognizing our trauma and saying that we're gonna heal it. So I found this by accident, a happy accident that I was able to fall upon this. This poem, I just got my notice that it was going to be published at a press in Denver, and then I saw this today, and I was like, all right, it's just meant to be. And this piece is called Scary Movies. I'm interactive, so if you take yourselves off mute real quick, I'm gonna say, all right, check it. What's your favorite movie? And then you all just say what's your favorite movie.
It's interactive. Come here, listen.
Is it okay?
And
Yes.
we're gonna practice that.
You already are.
So once we get okay. So I'm gonna go, all right, check it. What's your favorite movie?
Left Jones.
Brown sugar.
It's gonna sound like a lot of muttered noise, but that's cool.
Oh, yes.
Everyone say it. Once the noise dissipates, I'll continue.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's do one more practice on. All right, check it. What's your favorite movie?
Oh, Left
Panted.
All right,
Braveheart.
this is called Scary Movies. All right, check it. What's your favorite scary movie?
Sure.
Halloween
Nine-
H2O.
Nine.
Oh, like horror.
Michael Myers.
Shit getting
9
pulled
minutes
over.
and 29. Okay, I think it's lagging a little bit on my end. All right, so we're gonna just start. 9 minutes and 29 seconds of George Floyd's America was one of the scariest scenes, and no one called it their favorite. Scary movies were my favorite thing to watch before bed. I grew up addicted to the suspense of horror films. The musical score would dive in, bass would start to rumble, and I would have goosebumps the size of pumpkin seeds. My hands were used as shutters during the final scenes when the gore made my stomach churn. I now watch the news in similar fashion, one hand covering my eye, the other hand clamped across my chest, standing pat and silent, just how they like it still can be perceived as intimidating. Non-threatening prefers cardigans over hoodies until the cardigan is too West Philly Will Smith and not enough Bel Air. There is a horror movie waiting every time a boy is the color of a fleeting sunset. Every time he steps outside the door, steps inside a car, doesn't drop to the floor quick enough for a gun to remain holstered. Peace is the seconds between a loose tongue, a heavy accent, a nervous trigger finger. Unaware he is the villain in every scary movie ever made. Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Pinhead, Ghostface, Candyman, Emmett Till, Trayvon Martin, Breonna Taylor. The latter don't get to keep coming back from the dead. There are no sequels here. And one day my son's blue eyes won't be fast enough to run from his last name. And his mother's light skin will allow him to always feel safe where others aren't allowed to. I will show him the scariest movies so he isn't confused that his milk-toned arms may make him look like all the slashers. But his bones are made of bomba and sugarcane, just like his papi, just like his papi. He will be a son of stolen land, sons of stolen time, mothers reminding them to drive careful, to be careful, not knowing that careful is a prayer, bungee jumping in her chest. How many bodies were left at Crystal Lake had parents awake waiting? How many bodies left at crime scenes have made a mother's throat a church? There used to be a shrine of chills on my back, popcorn, butter lips, and jumping at every unexpected surprise. But there is now a chill that doesn't go away. The sun has been barricading itself behind clouds. There are suns being buried who don't match the color of clouds. Since I was a kid, I have been addicted to scary movies. But there is a real terror happening right now. And my stomach can't seem to handle it. Thank you.
Woo.
Wow.
All right, man. All right, then.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Wow.
That's what you talking about?
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
All right. Come on. I'm going to put it up real quick.
Can I get the emojis? Gosh, dog.
You get my
Man.
favorite movie.
My bad. I was in my feels. I forgot the
Man.
emojis.
Man,
Frankie?
I'm gonna throw that fire up real quick.
Before you get into it, let me just say I appreciate all of you. There was a dead silence right there. I appreciate all of you feeling it. I have a lot of pieces that I do off the top of the head when I do poetry, but this is a piece I wanted to read and I wanted to share, and I felt like it was meant to be. Once I saw that there was a show in Denver today and it just got accepted by Whispers and Roars, a literary magazine in Denver, and then the verdict today, I was like, you know what, this piece, I need to share it.
Absolutely.
Thank you for doing
Heck
so,
yeah.
brother.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah.
Thank you so
Word
much.
up.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're gonna start with Aros.
I think I already threw my little screaming my screaming compliment in the chat. Just that I loved your delivery. Just yeah, your delivery really hit right. If I could get up high enough, it really hit right here. But yeah, it's that's really I'm really speechless, but your words and your delivery, it was moving. I will say that. I don't yeah. Thank you very
Appreciate
much
it, man.
thank you Frankie for sharing that.
Appreciate it.
Professor Lyrical.
Yo, that was like you said, man, that was meant to be. Stars just aligning. You know, I'm always somewhat hesitant to say. I mean, I feel like I know everybody who's in here, who's gone so far. Angelica's my student. I've met Frankie. Fly is in the same thing as us, so there's definitely no favoritism. But that hit me on a different level, man. That was just like crazy. That was the way you introed. Obviously, if it wasn't for this kind of stuff, would be crazy. That's a slick way to get people involved. I think anytime you can get people interactive, especially in this day and age, that's incredible. And it's the kind of topic that's so heavy that people may not necessarily do it. It seems like, okay, we're gonna talk about movies, you know what I mean? And it's like, and before you know it, now they're listening to you, and you already have them in before you've really said a word of the spoken word. So that's kind of genius. And then obviously the topics and the passion that you come in. Somebody actually wrote about passion, but the passion just it's crazy, different level. And I got a chance to meet Frankie doing college kind of circuit stuff at a conference, and he's been a tried and true dude since then. Just always, every time he does something, it's just better and better and better. And he's a poet to the core. So I appreciate that you came through, man. And I just think the timing is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
like you said, it's just insane. So
I
congrats,
heard
man.
Thank you, man. I heard Denver, and I was like, yo, I literally just got it like at 9:48 last night, and the place was from Denver, and it was
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see you out there again when we get back out into the live world, man. So
I hope.
Blessing,
I
man.
hope.
Yep.
Thank you very much. DJ Cabham.
Yeah, fam. I grew up around poetry, you know what I mean? So I love the delivery, love the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like I was the DJ for Slam Nuba for the past like 10 years, you know what I mean? So them cats went to like championship multiple times, everybody on that whole team spit fire, you know what I mean? So I definitely see you. I see you holding your own, man. That was some eye whips kind of shit right there. It was fresh. You know what I'm saying?
I see. Really appreciate it, man. Everything you said, I was vibing with on another level. I mean, everything you spoke about earlier, it really reached me. It really got through to me. So I appreciate you.
Hey, your reflection. I definitely let us see you live. You know what I mean? Let me know. Reach out to me on the gram, Instagram, or Twitter, or however. You know what I mean? Reach out. Let me know when you're gonna be rocking next. I want to see you rock live, because I know that's you sound like the kind of poet that go on stage with no shoes. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know those kind of poets, don't you? Huh?
Yeah.
Those yeah, straight up. I already know.
I'm Puerto Rican, so I might go in with like some slides and socks, but I mean,
Chacletas.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I know how cats they be sanctuaried up. Married to the pen. So word up, yeah.
This is definitely my life choice. This is definitely what I love to do.
That's what's up.
Jay Cruz, thank you for that.
Frankie, you captivated my mind, body, and my soul, brother. Chills, mentally engaging, flow. There's nothing more to say than highly captivated, perfect piece. Wouldn't change one word, not one syllable. You felt it. I felt it. Like Kevin was saying too, seeing you in person do it would probably be even crazier. Actually, I know it would be, because the energy you're giving off. So that passion tied into your words, and of course, today, marking what it is today, and the signs that you came on here, that's all for the right reasons, man. You inspired this group of people here, and I'm sure it's going to be much more to come. Great job.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Truly. Thank
Mhm.
you, everyone, for the kind words. I appreciate it. And Angelica, I was serious. You know, I'll drop my email. Please keep writing that piece, keep editing it. The best work comes from edit and edit and edit. And as long as you're authentic with it, it'll resonate through. So I'll drop my email and you can share it and I'll help you in any way I can.
Jules.
Thank you so much for that. One last hand clap, snaps for Frankie. We had a question before we went to the next performer. Pro, where do you teach at?
The University of the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C. It's the public university, the only public university in D.C. It's a HBCU land grant. When I was in Boston, I was at Northeastern for 7 years before that. And I teach at a lot of places adjunct too, whenever time permitting, whenever there's something cool, but math first and foremost, but I taught a lot of music, hip hop, entertainment, those kind of courses as well. So, and like, Kevin also done a bunch of TED Talks as well. And one of them is about my dissertation and about the looking to open a hip hop institution that uses hip hop as the backbone of its pedagogy and sort of like the framework of the institution, but not to necessarily just teach hip hop, to teach in the STEM sciences that I'm involved with. So as just a way to engage more people that are underrepresented in STEM. That's kind of my thing. Thanks for asking.
Thank you so much for that. We're going to bring to the stage Richie Riley. Thank you for your bravery. And here you
go. Hi, my name is Richie Bandit. That's my performing name. I'm also known as Mojo Baby 40. Really, I'm 19 years old and I'm really just trying to put everybody into the perspective that, you know, young teenagers are in. And I really feel like it will dismantle that cycle. It will stop people from falling back into these false choices, these gang banging, gun slanging, you know, type of reality for them. And so this song I wrote here is called Desperate for an Outlet. Just 1 second, I can get set up. Sorry it's taking so long. I'm trying to get my notes.
Okay.
Dirty bad to get this shit ain't moving past me. Bitches can't be trusted, that relationship is shattered. Friends ain't really friends unless they help you up that ladder. My friends ain't really friends, them niggas moving in my shadow. That bitch ain't really love me, she was different, she was battered. Out there in the dirt, cause bitch, the green was all that mattered. I was running from my issues, trying to save her from herself. I know my mama look at me and see somebody else. I'm speechless when I look at her, I know I need some help. My mom can't raise a man, and that's what I had wanted to be. I was seeking for that guidance, mama lost me to the streets. I lost it on this beat. P.O. keep on calling me, she said I won't be free, and I just sit back and I think, Rich, what do you need? Get a job and get that green, but I keep reaching for my dreams. Am I really on my team? Gotta get down on my knees, pray the Lord, that's what I seek, and that's the guidance I'ma need. And once I'm by myself, I swear to God, my mind gone. Conversations with my girl because she keep my mind calm. Riding with them schemers, still can't get my mind on. But when you go to county, bitch, you feel that time zone. I ain't going for the heat unless my charges ain't capping. Ain't going unless a nigga deserved it and I capped him. Right now, this shit is childish, man. This shit ain't even active. I did dirt just like 2 years ago, ran from it and they tracked me. Now I've been on ankle, my PO can't even track me. She can catch me on the ground, she can follow, she can at me. The streets is like a desert and the heat is long lasting. I'm talking midwinter when the heat is up blasting. I'm talking real momentum and I'm talking out of passion. Something in my chest, if it's my heart, well, she can have it. Miss me with that understanding. Understand I need nobody and I'm crashing with this landing. Understand I'll hurt somebody. Fuck it, move in silence. Do it, groove in silence. I just can't function, guess my body's still on autopilot. My music is my outlet. And all this feel that's in my mind, I gotta fucking out it. It's tearing up my head. And I just can't forget. And I can't fucking quit. Like, why my life like this? Like, why can't I just win? I'm trying to make it big. I'm trying to make it big. Yeah, so that was my performance.
Very good.
Hot. That was hot.
All right, then. I see you. I hear you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank you so much. Can I get the emojis?
DJ Cabin got the lighter?
We'll start with affirmation from Quo.
Yeah, so great piece, Richie. 19 years old. I love it, man. You got a sound, you got flow, especially the sound. I like that bar. We talking about your friends help you up the ladder, you know, can feel that you trying to escape all of that. So that's huge. Yeah, I mean, very good work. I would love to hear it, you know, on like SoundCloud or something like that. But everything sounded on point, brother. Good job, man. Keep it up. Very
Already,
good.
man.
I got some. I'm gonna send you some beats. So put your email down.
I'll send it in the chat. I'm also gonna drop a link to my SoundCloud just in case y'all want to check out more. I'm very versatile and I do all types of things, man.
Drop that IG in there too, please.
Of course.
DJ Kevin?
Yeah, man, you already know. That's the future right there. You know what I mean? What you're doing right there, your focus, the way that you're delivering, you know, ain't nobody can say nothing. You know what I mean? That's real. I mean, I wonder how Cash felt when Miles Davis pulled up. You know what I mean? I don't know if Miles Davis was hating on Curtis Blow when he was like, you know, at the beginning of the game for hip hop. You got to think about the energy. Our culture just don't worry about what nobody says. Don't worry about intergenerational tyranny. You know what I mean? Just keep writing, keep focusing, stay focused. You know, consistency is everything. Consistency. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, like if you're doing an art gallery exhibit, it's no joke. It's the same thing with your rhymes. It's like have everything ready for you to roll out. You got like 13 pieces, you got 13 paintings, you got 13 rhymes. You just put them all in perspective, deliver them, and just on to the next. But just keep it consistency. It remind me of myself. You know what I mean? I had locks at that age too. You know, and braids. I think it's dope. I think that's the intent is you trying to stay in tune. Just remember the shoulders you stand on. Always pour water. Ain't no tree grow without roots. You know what I'm saying? We all have elders, and it's dope when we get a chance to learn, and also when the elders get a chance to learn from us. You know what I mean? Because it is a dialogue. So, you know, just be yourself. You know what I mean? Don't be too humble, but be humble at the same time. Straight up, because you dope. Real talk. Yeah, so shine hard, homie.
Already, man.
All right.
Thank you for that, DJ Kevin. We're gonna go with Pro.
Yeah. Yo, I enjoyed that a lot. I think what Quo was getting at too, we got to get you on our show too. We do a show called the Pro Quo Show on Fridays. We do a thing called 5 Minutes of Flames where we try to have people up that are, you know, doing that kind of stuff. So, and then we do a little interview. So, yo, definitely hit us up. I love that line you said. It was really like an emotional line. You said, I tried to jot it down, but I was trying to listen to the other stuff too. I think you said something like, I know my mom will look at me and see somebody else. And then you follow that up with an ill line after it. That's like what really grabbed me. And as Quo was saying, your sound quality is nice. You remind me a little bit of like a Joey Bad. You know what I'm saying? You got a little bit of that, you know what I'm saying? And I could hear that, and Joey grabs my ear like that too, you know, which is an amazing thing. So yeah, at 19, I hate to do that when people do that all the time and they're like, oh, at 19, but you know, we do have to remind ourselves, you know, because I know what I sounded like at 19. I didn't sound like that. I may have thought I did, but I got the tapes and the records to prove it and look back and go, yo, I needed some work, you know, but you're already laser sharp. So you're hitting right on the words the way you need to. You're like cleaving through when you hit on the one, it's like boom, right through it. And that's, a lot of people can't tell you what makes an MC dope. And what makes an MC dope to me, other than just the content, is when they're spitting with precision when they want to, and then that flow in between when they want to. So it can sound like a laser right on the one when they want to, and then have the coolness to come in and out of the pocket and it hits you right back at it. So you know they meant to do it. You know, it's different, like somebody dribbling fancy, right? Trying to do all, you know, like as many tricks as they can, but they're sloppy with the ball. You like save all that. You know what I'm saying? But when an MC has that kind of command and handle that they can do whatever they want, literally go anywhere on the court, that's what people go, yo, that's a powerful person right there. And you have the ability to do that. I can already hear it in the way that you're hitting on the words. So keep consistent, like Cabin was saying, consistency and keep practicing that, because to me that's one of your strengths. So that's something to enhance. A lot of people don't have that. It takes years for that. So.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for that, DeBarros.
Check your email. Check your email, kid.
I got you.
Heck yeah. Just to build off of DJ Cavum and Pro, and just continue to build upon what you got. I can't really critique the background track, but like after a while I was like, I don't need to hear the background track. Like how you were coming after it, I was like, I don't need to hear it. Like your delivery, your energy, it was hot. Like it kept me engaged. When you were going through it, there wasn't one time where I wanted to drift off and kind of think about what's going on for tomorrow. It had me locked in. That's all I got to say. It had me locked in. Just continue to build off of it. But great job. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
One last applause for Richie the Bandit. Next, we're gonna bring to the stage fabulous, heroic person for doing this. Thank you for your bravery. Thank you for your talent. I do not want to mess up your name.
You must be talking about me. That's usually.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Well,
but I don't want to do anybody's name wrong.
I normally go by Miss Thomas anyway. It's simpler that way. Well, my name is.
Pronounce it for me.
My name is Marquita.
Marquita.
But most people call me Keita, but I do prefer to go by Miss Thomas.
So here is Miss Thomas, folks.
Thank you. Just a heads up, it is something that Mr. Palua X, hip spun on me in the middle of class. So it is very brief, but I do freestyle. I just feel like, music and just writing how I feel is a way for me to vent. So I've been doing it a very, very long time. And right now I'm just gonna write you something about how I was feeling right before this started, which is probably where most of us were watching CNN and checking out George Floyd. So I'm gonna just get into it. Today, I witnessed history because an innocent Black man was justified today. George Floyd, like so many others, was murdered in cold blood by the police. For As long as we've been Black people, we have been born witness to violence in our community by the police. Shout out to Emmett Till. Watching from my window, Black brothers running from the police was a routine. Today, we make a stand. No more killings of innocent Black people. By making an example of Derek Chauvin, we can now say no person is above the law. In fact, I used to sit back with my grandmother and listen to stories of mistreatment of Black people in America. Now, over 50 years later, I will have to tell my grandkids about the mistreatment of Black people in America. Just to think about how far we've come and fast and excuse me, let me repeat that line. Just to think about how far and fast we've come in technology, but we can't say the same about our history isn't the same. So many things in life I want to do, but living in fear because the police think just by being Black is a crime is not one of them. Grew up in a world where my grandfather and father are institutionalized, history unspoken, and so many lies were told. A former slave baby, tired. How many more do we have to, how much more do we have to do when so many have died? But today was a good day. Rest in peace, George Floyd. That's the end of my poem. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Ms. Thomas. We're gonna start with Davaros.
That was
I'm
hot.
sorry, emojis.
So I could tell from when she was, I think it was right when we started or shortly after when she spoke and talking about freestyling, I could feel her energy right there. She's like, yeah, I can freestyle. I was like, all right. But when she went off right there, I could feel that energy, and I want to feel that through like a freestyle. Or do you have a SoundCloud or anything, or?
Mr. Paloma been telling me for like 2 years now to do something, and right now with COVID and everything, I'm just staying focused, like paying bills, living the Black life right now. My father just got out. I'm still in the struggle. I ain't made it out yet, so I got a lot to say, But right now, given the time, when I get the time, I'll definitely create some energy space for that because I do have a lot to say, I mean, my story and our stories aren't told yet. And our stories aren't told until we dead in this ground, you know what I mean? Because every day us living is history. They didn't want us here. They didn't want us educated. They didn't want us to do the things we doing right now. They didn't want us out here marching the way we marching right now. And I just sit back and watch history like, it wasn't that long ago, 1957, when Emmett Till was going through it. And my grandfathers and them was witnessing it. And now here again, 20, 30 years later, we still going through the same thing, and I'm ready for a change, and I think this generation is really about to make it happen. I think we're tired, and that energy should speak for itself. We're tired.
Yeah, what you brought, what you delivered, I feel like it fits in the mold, or it sets that example. It really I connected with it, and then I just want to say thank you for sharing that. And that's why I asked you if you had a SoundCloud. I was like, I want to get deeper into what Miss Thomas is delivering out there. What else is she cooking up out there? But yeah, I love it.
Don't worry. I'm gonna definitely start working with Mr. Palor more.
I'm loving the Mister, by the way. I feel special.
And, no, seriously, because it's somebody, I do have a gift. I've been doing it for a long time with working with the right people and being molded properly. I can really do some things, I'm in that middle age group where I was the 80s baby, but I'm late 80s, so I can relate to the 90s and 2000 generation, and I'm all for our people, because right now I'm looking at people who've made it outside the ghetto who, still deal with racism in their own neighborhood when they own $1 million property. I live in DC. You have a lot of Black people that can accomplish some things, but when you move into the neighborhood and see what they're dealing with, it ain't the same. And I want it to be a change, I don't want to move into the same neighborhood and have to go through what somebody who's 60 years old is going through. I don't want that, so I think that is important.
Yeah, thank you. I think you showed us your superpower. I was just like, that was really good. Thank you.
J. Cruz.
Very, very, very powerful piece, Miss Thomas. Yeah, I mean, not having history repeat itself and speaking up so that your voice can impact change is so key. And the energy that you have, I could tell, is amazing. So you can't teach that, you know. And being able to put that energy in your mind and put it down on paper and express those rapid thoughts, key. And I love what you said. Again, everybody here is dropping really monumental stuff. Um, and I no critique. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. Good job. Very good.
Thank you for that. DJ Cavum.
I feel like there's a lot of beautiful things that everyone is just gonna definitely be repeating what they said, but like for real, it's just like where's the rest of the mixtape at? You know what I mean? Where's it at? Where's it hiding? So yeah, come up off that. Next thing is, yeah, where's the marketing at? You know what I'm saying? Like you got the gram, right? Go ahead, put the Instagram in, let us know, because we want to support that. And I think the only thing that I always put it every time, every MC I meet, it's the same call to action. If you can write about that, you can write about anything. Sprinkle something in for social justice, sprinkle something in for environmental justice. There's a lot of people who look just like us who are living on these coastlines, living in these Superfund sites, living in places where pollution is present, where we don't have access to healthy food, clothing, or water, like Flint, Michigan, all the way down to the Navajo reservation. I think we have to continue to show that Indigenous and Black and Brown unity. And like as artists, we have the power of using our words to unite people, just like how B-boy culture has done that for everyone too. So yeah, I look up to people who do it correctly. Then that means that you can do more than just that. That's kind of like if you got tickets to a concert, then you try to get the whole fam in. You know what I mean? Like I feel like just think about what you can do with that kind of skill. You know what I'm saying? And how many jobs you can create with it, how many people you can put on, how many people are going to look and depend on you because you are so crafty with your skill. So just start preparing the horses. Just saying.
I appreciate your comment, but I am graduating in the tech field. I am IT bound. That is the new wave. That is the new wave right now, And I feel like with so many streams and using the internet to influence people is a way we haven't even begun to even think about yet. We still trying to get over injustice in police. We haven't even begun to realize how much of a market in the world is so small now because of the internet and how to use that platform. So that's the field I'm going into. I'm loving it. I wish I had more mentors in it that look like me.
Man.
What else you?
Man. I feel you.
The Barrows, hello.
Yeah, what else you get into, Miss Thomas? Like we should link up offline. But
most definitely. When I heard you was in the tech field, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I need more people like me teaching me how to be better in this field because that's the wave of the future. You won't be able to sell a CD without the internet anymore. You cannot. Like everybody's like, drop a SoundCloud. I'm like, I remember when I was making mixtapes in my mom's bedroom with no SoundCloud, it was no YouTube, it was nothing. So I mean, I'm thankful to be here.
Okay. Yeah, drop your email and we'll link up.
Oh,
like I was telling you, I'm going into cybersecurity, but I've been in IT for over 11 years. So yeah, we should definitely connect. Plus we're not going to forget about our superpowers either. While we're in our suits and ties, we're going to make sure that cape gets exposed. But yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that.
What's up, young Claude?
He's supposed to be in bed, but he's
Taekwondo.
yeah.
Okay, Lyrical.
Yo, yeah, crazy. You already know. I've known Marquita for a couple years now, and she's powerful since day one. She's not somebody who has timid is not in her vocabulary. She can speak for the class. She can speak for herself. Like she said, she got her priorities straight with the IT. She knows where it's at. I heard that line too that you said about how far we've come. You know what I mean? But yet not as a people. But you look at like what IT has done or what computers have done in technology, but yet it's like we've barely progressed in terms of this dynamic that's going on right now. So it's I guess it's a first step, as you were saying. But yeah, it's powerful. I think somebody who's as commanding with your presence. It's kind of like what I was saying to Frankie. I mean, you already have us before you even start, you know, and everything you say is with authority, like you meant it. And you just wrote that. You obviously just wrote that off the top, and it sounds like something you were working on for a week. So imagine if you work on it for a couple of days, it's going to sound like you were working on it for half a month. You know what I mean? So just actually more. You weren't working on it days. You're probably working on that for a half hour. So I mean, days is going to sound like months. So that's it. Just keep sharpening the blade. You know, I already encourage you to keep doing it. Get the stuff out there, let more people hear. And it's, if nothing else, it's a way to meet people that are doing like-minded things. And that's what this stuff is all about on a deeper level. It's the release, but it's also meeting the other people who are similar and like-minded who can help propel you to where you want to be. So dope. And you can still call me Professor Ployd. You don't have to call me Mr. You can call me Lyrical. You know, it's all good. Miss Thomas.
I want to
Doctor's
be
a little formal.
mindful of folks' time. We are running a little bit over. If you have to go, thank you for joining us. If you're going to stay, that's great because I need you to stay, especially if you performed. So we have some ties happening here, and yeah. So